What's going on, guys? This is Jay from Jason Fitness. If you're watching this video, it's because you had an interest in the new remote coaching program we've been talking about on social media, and you probably had a few questions as far as what the program is, how it can help you out, and what you would have to do to get started if we felt it was the right fit for you. And the whole point of this presentation is to bring some clarity to you for you, like I said, one, what the program is about, and two, to show you what exactly it is and how we can apply it to your situation to help you get to your goals faster and with a lot less effort and stress, all right? So you see this big fancy screen, how to permanently transform your body in the next 60 to 90 days, where if you follow the program and you follow the techniques we're going to talk to you about, you absolutely can do that. But more importantly than that, what I want to talk to you about is the last program you're ever going to need, all right? Too many times, and tell me if you can relate to this. I know I was guilty of this at one point too. It always feels like every couple of years you're trying a new diet, you're trying a new program. 1 year you're working with a personal trainer, 1 year you're taking the CrossFit classes, you're doing spin, you're doing P90X, and it always seems like you're jumping from program to program, but you get results from it, but you don't really get that 100% cross the finish line result you really wanted to go to. And we fall into the cycle of trying program after program after program. And I don't know about you, I was at the point in my life a long time ago, I didn't like that. This is going to be the last program you ever need, because if you follow the techniques and the strategies that we're showing you, these are the same strategies I've been using to help people transform their lives for the past 20 plus years, all right? Literally thousands of people have come through our training program and have used the same things we're going to talk to you about today. So if you put your head down and you work hard and you do everything we're telling you A to Z, this will be the last program you ever need, because if you need to go back to it again, you can do the same thing you did last time and get the same result, all right? Going right into it, and my goal is to try to keep this as fast as possible for you guys. I value your time, and I don't want you to spend too much time in front of the computer, all right? We're gonna go quick through a lot of this. So who is this program for? Guys, my clients, the people that I work with, they're people that not losing the weight is no longer an option for them, right? People who are just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You tried losing weight before, but maybe you failed and you stumbled and maybe you lost a little confidence along the way. I know the two main factors I see with most people is a lot of people, they're not happy with where they're at and they want to do something about it, but they don't know what to do or how to do it. That's where the knowledge aspect comes in. The other type of client we work with is usually somebody who they know what to do. They've even done it before. It's just that for whatever reason right now they can't get themselves out of that funk, and they need somebody to help hold themselves accountable to make sure they do what they need to do on a daily basis to get from point A to point B. Those are the two people who really benefit from this program the most, all right? People where just not doing it is no longer an option for you. We work great with those people, and if that's you, you're going to be in store for some good stuff. Now, at the same time, let's talk to you about who this program is not for. If you're just one of those people who's always going to whine and complain, you're going to come up with every reason under the sun, you don't understand, Jay. My situation is different. I got my wife, I got my life, I got my kids, I got my job, I got a million reasons under the sun why I can't work out. If you're the kind of person who's going to constantly keep making excuses about why you can't do something, I'm going to tell you right now, this isn't the program for you, all right? This program is for people who need to work, and like I said, not getting it done is no longer an option for you, all right? If you're always going to whine and complain about, oh, you don't understand, I'm too tired, it's so hard, I don't know what I'm doing. Some of the people I worked with before in the past, they're the know-it-alls. They already know, Jay, I know I got to do this. Why don't we do something else? If you're an egomaniac, if you're negative, it's just, this isn't going to be the program for you. And if that's the case, that's cool. This program's not for everybody. And the biggest thing, I'm going to tell you that you're going to get from this program, because this program does cost money. There is going to be an investment of both money, time, and effort into it on your part. But the reason why you'd be putting money into this program is because we're going to teach you speed, okay? One of the things I like to tell people about this program is that we're going to show you how to get 3 to 5 years of results in the next 3 to 5 months, all right? We're going to show you how to get done in this amount of time. We're going to teach people to get done in this amount of time without all the trial and the error and the spent money and the thousands of dollars you're going to waste on weight loss supplements and trainers and close classes and coaches and all the other stuff that's not going to work. We're going to help you bypass all that and get right to the good stuff. That's what you're paying for in a program like this, is the speed of getting from point A to point B, all right? So if you're the kind of person who's looking to do things the cheap way, I'm going to tell you right now, this program is not for you. Like I said, this is going to be a program for the people who are looking to get results and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get them there, obviously assuming that it works. And if you put your head down and work, it will work, all right? Let's keep going. All right, and all the money aside, the time, energy, effort, let me go back one. Let me just ask you a question. regardless of how much it is, and it's not a huge amount of money, we'll talk about it at the end, regardless of what it is, if I can just show you a way how you can, change your physique, gain some of your confidence back, just get to a point in your life where you feel confident about yourself, you felt good, and you didn't really worry about what everybody else thought about you anymore. You got your health back, maybe you got some of your strength back. Like for me, I had a bad back injury I was recovering from a couple years ago, and just not being able to do the things I used to do anymore. That was very depressing for me. If we can get you back to a point where you felt like you were full of energy and vibrant again, and you just, you reclaimed your life, honestly, what would that be worth? Would it be worth you putting your head down for 3 to 5 months and working hard towards something? Would it be worth a small investment financially on your part to be able to gain the knowledge and accountability you would need to help you get to your goals? If the answer is yes, like I said, we're going to be able to help you out, all right? We're going to skip through a lot of this. I'm going to ask you a question real quick, all right? I'm a sales guy. I'm going to tell you that by nature. And I want to ask you a question because I want you to hear yourself either say the answer yes or the answer no. If I can show you a way to do everything we just talked about, change your physique, gain your confidence back, reclaim your strength, lose the weight you want to lose, eliminate back pain from your life, if we can show you a way to do all that with a system that allowed you to eat and train the way you wanted, what would you choose? Would you choose to go with the program, which means, accepting the truth and putting a little bit of work into it? Or would you not go with the program, and just keep doing things the way you've been doing for the past couple of years? And what I'm going to ask you is, if what you've been doing for the past couple of years hasn't been working, what are you going to do different that's going to make the result different, all right? So I'm going to leave you with that question, what would you choose? And I don't want the answer right now. As we go through the program, we'll get into that more, all right? Before we start with that, who am I? There's a bunch of stuff on the screen right here. All that stuff doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What matters most is this. You're working with somebody right now who's been doing this for over 20 plus years, all right? And like I kind of alluded to before, there's been literally thousands of clients that have come through our doors that have used the exact same strategies, the same methods, techniques, everything we're going to be showing to you to get the same result that you're looking to get right now. So you're going to be working with somebody who has a battle-tested, real-world proven system that is going to be able to take you by the hand and guide you all the way through the process, all right? All that other stuff aside, that fancy stuff on the screen, that's who I am. I'm also somebody who was my own first client, meaning that everything you've gone through, a little bit about my backstory, I weighed 250 pounds in the 6th grade. I used to be the fat kid that fat kids made fun of. And I remember it was a very dark period of my life. And, to be honest with you, I was so depressed being a fat kid growing up in the 80s, getting picked on, being bullied. I got to a point where I was in a very dark period of my life. And to be completely honest about it, I got to the point where, I actually considered hurting myself at one point. But I remember looking in the mirror, making a long, hard decision and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make a change. And I remember knowing what it's being like. Listen, not knowing what to do or how to get there, just knowing that somehow, some way I'm going to do it. So you're talking to somebody who's been in the exact same spot you are, all right? So going along, what you can expect in the next 20 minutes. We're going to show you how to create a program that's going to help you to create a physique and a lifestyle of your dreams without sacrificing your health and appearance. We're going to show you how to spend substantially less time in the gym. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be looking for you to spend 2 or 3 hours in the gym 7 days a week. You can get great results working out 2 to 4 days a week, 45 to 60 minutes at a time. And if you can do more, great. And if you have to do less, that's fine too. We're going to literally custom tailor the program to work with whatever you have, all right? We're going to show you how to stop relying on programs, trainers, and classes to get results. We're going to show you how, now listen, it doesn't mean you can't work with a trainer or take a class if you want to take the class, all right? But you're going to be in a position where you don't need to rely on them anymore. There's a big difference between the two, all right? You should never feel like you need somebody in order to be successful. We're going to teach you how to do all that stuff on your own, so this way you can get your own results, all right? This one is a big one for me. Anybody who's got any kind of back pain or knee pain, we're going to show you how to eliminate the curse of debilitating pain from your life once and for all, just by using some simple methods and strategies worked into the current routine we're going to put together for you. And look, I'm not a doctor, so I can't make you any promises, but I guarantee you by the time you're done with this program, you're going to feel so much better about yourself and you're going to be in so much less pain. Just that aspect alone is going to make the program well worth it, all right? Everything you need in the simple, scientifically proven, time-tested formula to get you where you want to get to. Awesome sauce, right? And lastly, I'm going to leave you with before we get into the actual program. Remember one thing. This is a legitimate, battle-proven system that's for anybody looking to make a change in their life. If you're not afraid of work, this is going to be the program for you, all right? Now, we're already 8 minutes into the presentation. Like I said, I'm going to try to get you out of here before 30 minutes is over. I like giving people a reason to stick around, all right? Like I said, I'm a salesperson by nature. It's what I do. I'm a trainer, but, at the same time, too. So here's what I'm going to do. If you make it to the end of the presentation, just for coming in, I want to give you guys something you can leave with and start implementing as soon as today. So what I'm going to do, if you stick around, I'm going to give you a copy of the original program that started it all right? The original Ignite 1.0 8-week rapid fat loss system. This is the program that I started, that the entire program we're going to talk about today, it all started with this right here. Now, normally I used to charge about $99 to $150 for this program because it's a 3-part system. The diet programs that talk to you about strategies you can use to help maximizing fat loss while still enjoying the foods you like to eat, all right? Which makes it a very doable program. The cardio routine breaks down the secrets behind successful cardio, and it tells you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. It's literally going to take you by the hand and walk you through A to Z, everything you need to do to start doing cardio, implementing it to your routine, and start seeing the results. Let me ask you a question. Was there ever a period in your life where you went to the gym, you went on the treadmill for 2 or 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then a month and a half later, you still looked exactly the same as you did before? Maybe the scale didn't move. Maybe you even looked worse. If you're shaking your head, yeah, I can relate to that, this program is going to make sure you don't fall into that again. We're also going to give you our customized 6 to 8 week resistance training program, which this is the base program that we take all of our new clients and put them on. It's going to help build a solid foundation with strength training, hypertrophy training, cardiovascular exercises, mobility training, everything A to Z to kind of get your body ready to a point where after those initial 6 to 8 weeks are done, if we keep working together, you'll be able to branch off and modify things and really start guiding the program to be what you want it to be to get the results you want to get. I know a lot of the ladies like to work on their legs. A lot of the guys like to work on the upper body and chest. Your goal might be to put on more muscle mass or to lean out. Whatever it is after those initial 6 to 8 weeks, everybody starts with the same base program, all right? And like I said, I used to charge anywhere from $99 to $150 for this just for watching this video today and making the investment of time, and I value your time. I want to give that to you for free, all right? All you got to do is wait till the end of the video. I'll give you the password to download it, and it's yours free just for coming by today, all right? Social proof. Now, I've been a trainer for 20 years, but to be completely honest with you, I just started making the recent change to handling more of my business online. The coronavirus changed everything for everybody in the industry, right? So I'm still building a lot of my social proof, getting testimonials from clients that I've worked with before in the past. So if you're like me, I'm not skeptical, but I like to see proof that things work. 'Cause there's a lot of crap out there on the internet. I think you guys would agree with me on that. And if that's you and you're in that boat, listen, I totally get that. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, reach out to me. As I get more stuff, you'll see it all put up. And if you're at the point where that's the one thing holding you back from going with this, trust me, you're going to see what you need. But just 2 people right now, all right? So like I said, this handsome guy over here is me. The one on the left is me back when I was in middle school. And listen, I always put on a good front, but in this picture, that time in my life, I was dying on the inside, all right? I wasn't comfortable in my own body. Going up and down stairs would get me out of breath. It was just a really dark time in my life. And on the other side, you fast forward a couple years to where I'm 33 years old in this picture, 6 packs, abs, ripped, leaned out, to the point where I was finally able to get to the point where just going in the pool, not being embarrassed to take my shirt off. It might not sound like a big goal, but for somebody who used to be so big that they would just be uncomfortable going outside, being able to go from point A to point B was a big deal. And I'm going to tell you, the way I did it was with all the same strategies and techniques that we're going to show you guys today. And to take the attention off of me for a minute, this is my client, Elena, right over here. Elena, when we were working together, she was 14 years old. I'm trying to watch the clock. She was 14 years old when she came to me, right? And just, overweight, no confidence, didn't feel good about herself, kind of like me when I was growing up. And I worked with her sister before. That's how she got my number. And you fast forward a couple of years. This is her this summer, all right, 2020, going into her senior year. I mean, when I tell you life-changing differences, you're talking about a girl who would never wear anything besides a hooded sweatshirt and jeans to going out wearing in a very tasteful way, very revealing bathing suits, hanging out on the beach, going and hanging out with different boys in the different parties. I mean, literally, if I could show you through the computer the difference in this kid's confidence. I remember I met the mom for the first time, and literally she broke down in tears, crying oh my God, you changed my daughter's life. And not to brag, but if you do that for somebody, I can't describe to you the feeling of that. But why do I mention that? Everything we use to help Elena and myself make those kind of transformations, that's the exact same stuff we're going to talk to you about in this program, all right? So we're going to keep going. I'm going to ask you a question now. I'm going to try to go through this quick. I want you to tell me if you can relate to any of these right here, all right? Which of these have you tried before in the past? Low carb, low fat, weight loss teas and weight loss reps. Those are my favorite, right? All the protein shakes, all the weight loss pills, the plant-based diets, the low-calorie diets, resistance training programs only doing cardio and running till you're blue in the face. I think we know that one person who lives on the treadmill. Working with a personal trainer. Maybe you bought the Bowflex thing. Fitness classes, DVDs. Maybe you did P90X, all that stuff. I think at different points, we've all tried all these some way, shape, or form, but it's very hard to take all these different aspects and incorporate them into a single solitary unit of a program that basically does everything all at the same time. Because if you look at everything you got to include, it's very easy to look at that and be like, shit, how am I going to put all that together? I got to work out like 10 days a week. We need something that encompasses the whole picture, not just one or two parts of the program, all right? And that's what we were able to do with our remote coaching program, right? And the program is pretty much built on 3 pillars, all right? The first pillar is the diet and nutrition part of the program, all right? I would say one of the biggest factors we have to do when we're working with our clients is help fix their food. Some people are just straight up eating bullshit. They're eating McDonald's, they're eating crap, and that's the easiest fix. Get them eating cleaner, all right? Some people aren't eating enough, and they're getting fatter because of it. Yes, that is a thing that can happen. Some people are eating too much, and we have to reduce down their calories. Some people are eating the right amount of food, but they're just not getting the proper amount of vitamins and minerals, so their nutrients are off. So we got to help them out with getting different supplements, different vitamins, making sure they're getting the proper nutrient profile in their diet. That's probably one of the biggest things we focus on with our clients. First, help them out with the food, all right? After we focus on the food, the next column is going to be your training aspect, all right? This is where the cardiovascular and the weight training programs come in, and mobility too, because you want to keep yourself pain-free, all right? We work with you putting together a program, making sure you stay accountable. We get daily check-ins, weekly check-ins, making sure you're doing what you need to do to get the job done, right? And last but not least, and this is where the money's made in the program, right? The execution and accountability part of the program. I would be safe to say, like, you guys might not believe so, but I guarantee you, if I sat down and gave you like a little questionnaire and asked you certain questions, most of you guys already know exactly what you need to do to make the changes you got to make in your life and to get to the goal you want to get to. The problem is the accountability and the execution, all right? And this is probably the biggest pillar of the whole program, is that this is a program where we are going to hold you accountable to yourself to make sure you're doing the work on a daily basis you need to do to get from point A to point B. That's the biggest thing right there, all right? If you're looking for the number one part of this program, what makes this program different from anything else, we're going to hold you by the hand every step of the way. And when you start falling off the wagon, we're going to give you a phone call. Be like, Mary, what's going on? This is Jay. We noticed you haven't been working out the past couple of days. What's up? Is everything all right? And we're going to hold you accountable to yourself, all right? One last thing I like to throw in there too, mindset training. I'm very big on this. We're going to make sure we start working on your thinking, all right? If you go into this program thinking, oh my God, I can't do this. This is too much. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the money to eat the right way, all that stuff. You're setting yourself up for failure before you start. One of the biggest things I think for myself that is attributed to me being a successful personal trainer these past 20 years is that I like working on people's mindsets. I'm going to start getting you thinking better. I'm going to start getting you thinking healthier. I'm going to get you to start believing in yourself. I always make the joke. It's funny because, growing up, a lot of us believed in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and the Great Pumpkin, if you're a Charlie Brown fan. And the example I like to make is this. Most people in America believed in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy for 8 years, but you can't believe in yourself for 5 fucking minutes. That's a big problem. And I was able to identify that as a brand new trainer with people, and right from the get-go, any of my clients, if you ever get a chance to meet, will tell you that I'm always inside of their head, making them think more positive, making them think better, and that's really a big part of what this program is all about, is along with the execution, getting your mind right, all right? So that's the unwritten fourth pillar of the program. So let me check the time real quick. We are doing good on time, right? 4408, perfect, I got enough time. All right, I like to ramble on. So let's go over it. We're going to go into the 3 pillars of the program, right? We're going to get into the meat and the potatoes. This is what the program is. So if you have a pad and paper, get it out, because we're going to start talking about what the program is and how it's going to apply to you, all right? The first pillar of the program, we're going to talk about your diet and nutrition. And like I said, it's a 2-part system. You got the food and you got the supplements for your nutrition, all right? So imagine building a wall for your house. The food is going to be the actual bricks you use to build the wall of the house, where The nutrients, the vitamins, and your supplements are going to be the mortar that holds it all together. Imagine trying to build a brick wall with no mortar in between. You can stack up the bricks as much as you want, but the wind comes over, somebody pushes on it, it's falling right over, all right? Most of the food that we eat these days is very nutriently empty. I said that wrong. There's no nutrients in it. So yes, you're eating calories, but you're not giving your body the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients it needs to perform the basic operations of helping your body respond properly to the workouts you're doing, right? To help you activate the fat cells and burn fat when you're working out, increase your hormone levels, give you energy, raise your immune system. I think over the past couple months, we all realize how important it is to have a healthy immune system, all right? That's what the minerals and the supplements do, all right? So it's a two-part program, all right? We use a hybrid model, okay? And with the hybrid model, we talked about in some of them before. You have low carb, you have low fat, high calorie, low calorie, keto. One of the other things we do in there is intermittent fasting, detoxing, and cleansing. We utilize all those different strategies in a very simple, easy to follow, 7-day program. All right. Going back in time real quick, one thing I want to talk about is we help you balance out your macros. So one of the things we're going to do for you with this program is we're going to give you the exact number of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats you need to eat on a daily basis. How many times have you seen somebody at the gym working out for 3 hours a day, and 3 months later they don't lose any weight? They come in, they do all the workouts, they do all the cardio, they do everything on the sun. They're working out till they're blue in the face, but they never look any different. I'm going to tell you right now, it's because their food is off, all right? We're going to help you out with figuring out what your macros are, so this way you can start seeing the results from the work you're already doing. And we're going to do that with a flexible plug-and-play food guide choice. What does that mean? I'll give you my personal example. I do not like cottage cheese. It's high in protein. If you give me a diet with cottage cheese, I don't care what my goal is, I'm not eating it. So what we do is with the diet, we give you a list of pre-approved foods, usually like somewhere between 15 to 20 foods. So when I say, hey, listen, for this diet, for this particular meal of the day, you're going to have a protein and a carb, you're going to have like 17 or 18 things to choose from on the pre-approved list. Yes, if there's something on there you want to throw in there, reach out to your coach. They'll give you the yes and no on it. But we're going to help make it so that you're following a system, but you still have the freedoms and choice to feel like you're actually enjoying the process also, all right? We're also going to help you out with meal prep strategies. That could be something as simple as scheduling time every week to prepare your food for the upcoming week, so this way there is no thinking and you can't use the excuse of, oh man, I was in a rush today and I didn't get a chance to cook or prepare my food and I had to grab something on the run. There's going to be no more of that, all right? We're also going to show you different meal prep companies you can utilize to basically take the work away from you. The number one excuse I get, I shouldn't say excuse. The number one concern I get from people is, Jay, I can't do meal prep because I don't have the money for it. But I would say probably 8 out of 10 people that I put on meal prep programs with different companies, they usually come back to me a couple weeks later saying, oh my God, I'm saving so much more money and I'm saving so much more time because I don't have to worry about going to the store, buying the groceries, preparing the food, doing the dishes. So if you're really limited on time, the concept of meal preparation, whether you do it yourself or through a company, is a phenomenal tool to use. All right, I'm going to talk to you about some different strategies about that. Supplements, I already told you, they're essential for having your body perform the necessary functions of breaking down fat, building muscle, and they're also very important for hormone optimization, all right? One of the things I've noticed with people over the years, I like to specialize in stubborn fat loss with people, right? So you come in, you're doing your weight training, you're doing your cardio, you're doing your diet, everything's perfect, but for some reason you just still can't seem to lose the weight. 9 out of 10 times, it's a hormone issue, all right? And it's not like you need to go to the doctor and get hormone replacement therapy or anything like that. Usually it's just a matter of you're not giving your body the vitamins and minerals it needs to optimize its own natural level of hormone production, all right? So it's something as simple sometimes as putting somebody on a Centrum so the body has like B12 and omega-3s to have their body start producing more of the essential hormones that help you out, being testosterone, growth hormone, IGF-1, and T4, all right? So same thing. If you ever know that person at the gym who's working out all the time, they're dieting, they're doing everything the right way, but they just can't seem to, get it going, you can work out till you're blue in the face. If your nutrition is off, you ain't going to make any progress, all right? And that's one of the things we're going to talk to you about on the phone call to see if you fall into that category or not, all right? Boost your immune system, supercharge your system, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's going to help you fill any gaps you might have in your diet, all right? So now I'm going to ask you the sales question. If we can show you a way to successfully integrate all this into your current lifestyle, right, while still giving you a chance to enjoy the food you love and not feeling like you're living in the gym, can you think of any reason why you wouldn't want to do that for yourself? All right? I would ask you if you said yes or no, but nobody ever says no, so let's stop being silly. Second pillar of the program, the training aspect. Just like with the diet part of it, there's two parts to the training aspect, the cardio and the resistance training, all right? And you need a routine that has both resistance training and cardio in order for it to be effective long-term and to keep you injury-free. I'm going to give you an example of people who like to run 7 days a week. I've worked with a lot of runners before in the past. Running is a very natural thing, but when you run, you use certain muscle groups and motions more than other ones, and over time you start developing tightnesses and injuries, and because there's no balance in your routine, all right? Just like for a lot of my guys who like doing weight training only, they're lifting all kind of heavy weights, but they're not doing any mobility training. They're not stretching. They're not, doing the proper back exercises to counteract all the chest they're doing. Their shoulder starts going, their back starts going. You need a program that includes both the mobility motion training of cardio and the resistance training to, like I said, make it effective long-term and keep you injury-free, all right? A little example there. We're going to skip that one. Cardio. Cardio helps you burn excess calories. We know that. Multi-directional. We're not just going to have you do the same thing every time, all right? Going off the concept of muscle confusion, and that was made popular by Tony Horton from P90X, right? Your body was built for efficiency, okay? Meaning that whatever you do, your body is going to find the easiest way to get it done. And the easier it is for your body to do something, the less need there is for your body to change, all right? So let's say you go on the treadmill, right? You're just getting into your routine. You're running 5 miles at a 5 mile an hour pace for 20 minutes. That might be hard today. And you might burn as much as 400 calories doing that, right? I'm just throwing a number out there. 6 weeks from now, you're doing the same run. You're going out, you're feeling good, you're moving around, but you look at your watch and now you only burn 250 calories versus 400. But it's the same work, so what happened? What happened is your body found a way to do that particular motion easier and it doesn't cost it as much energy, all right? Let's say we're both driving to the city. You got a 4-cylinder car, I got an 8-cylinder car. We're both starting from Patterson, New Jersey. I'm a North Jersey person, right? We both take Route 80, we go the exact same speed, we go the exact same route, we go the exact same time of the day. But you got a 4-cylinder car and I got an 8-cylinder car. Who's going to burn more gas? I am, right? Why? Because I have a stronger engine. By changing up the way you do cardio and giving you different options, it's going to make sure that you get the most amount of calorie and fat burn every single time you go on the treadmill or go out for a run or anytime you do cardio, all right? Variable action plan, like I was just talking about. Everybody's different. So what we decide to put together for you for your cardio routine, the 2 or 3 options we give you, might be different than somebody else that, we put together for them. I might be working with somebody who's an elite runner. Great. They're going to have running in their routine. You might be somebody that has a knee or a back injury and can't run. We're not going to force you to run. We're going to find other things you can do, all right? So that's where the customization comes involved with it, all right? The resistance training. Muscle is the most anabolic tissue in your body. It helps you burn more fat at rest, all right? Your body's going to burn a certain number of calories throughout the day. It's your BMR, all right? And the more muscle mass your body retains, the higher that number is, all right? So by putting on lean muscle mass, it's going to help you raise your BMR. It's going to help you sculpt your body. Think of it this way. Cardio is going to take the curves away from the spots you don't like, and weight training is going to put the curves on in the spots you like. And I always like to make a little joke. All my girl clients always come to me and say, Jay, I don't want to get bigger. Lifting weights doesn't get you bigger. Cupcakes do. I skipped it. Oh man, I like that picture too. Hold on. I want to show you this. I love that picture. I came up with that a couple years ago. And it's true. Lifting weights doesn't make you bigger, all right? It'll make you leaner, it'll make you stronger, and it'll help you burn more fat. It doesn't mean we're going to have you squatting 200 pounds at the bar, but you might take a kettlebell and do some stuff up and down to help tone the body and get yourself stronger, right? Let me give myself a quick little time check. 4408. Awesome. So hopefully this is making sense for you guys real quick. Whatever, all right? Resistance training, muscle confusion, we talked about it already. We use a hybrid model. We basically use a model that incorporates all the major, workout elements of fitness. Strength training, hypertrophy training, power, strength, mobility, size, flexibility. We do CrossFit, we do yoga, we do kettlebells, all to come up with a system that is able to maximize your results in the least amount of time and keep you as injury-free as possible, all right? So when people say, well, what kind of training do you do? We do a little bit of everything because everybody's going to need something different. And after we get you through that initial 6 to 8 weeks of foundation building, that's where you're really going to see the customization aspect come out of it, all right? And look, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. I'm going to ask you the same question we did before. And I'm throwing a lot of information at you, so if you need to go back and watch it again later on, that's cool. If we can show you a program that does everything we talk about, all right? We do the weight training, we do the cardio, we do the diet, and we put it in a program that lets you enjoy the process of working out and eating what you want, would you be interested in that? All right. Blah, blah, blah. You look at this one right here. The only reason why you would say no is because you didn't believe you can do it yourself. And what that means is that it all sounds great, but the only reason why somebody would say, no, Jay, I don't want to do that program is because, in my experience, you don't really think you can do it. And that's with the last pillar program. The last pillar is the accountability, all right, and the execution program. And where that comes into, all right, accountability and execution, it basically comes down to discipline. Doing what you know needs to be done even when you don't want to do it, all right? Doing the right thing even when nobody is looking. Doing what you're supposed to do even when after the initial excitement and novelty is passed. Usually about 3 to 4 weeks in the program, you're motivated, you're waking up, you're going to the gym, and then right around week 3, week 4, all of a sudden you don't want to go to the gym in the morning. And then the next day gets a little harder, and the next day gets a little harder. And eventually at some point, people just stop going to the gym and they fall off, all right? The accountability aspect of the program is going to make sure that doesn't happen to you, all right? Doing what you're supposed to do even on the days you don't feel like it. I'll give you a perfect example. I have to wake up at 3 in the morning right now to make sure I get my workouts in because that's just the way my schedule is. Do you think I like waking up at 3 in the morning to work out? Fuck no, I hate that shit. However, it's what I need to do right now, so me getting to my goal is more important than me getting the extra 10 to 15 minutes of sleep in the morning. So, like I said, doing what you need to do even when you don't feel like doing it, regardless of whether it's 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning, or whatever, all right? Because at the end of the day, guys, it's a choice. What you want most versus what you want right now. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. And this actually was perfect. I was talking to somebody the day this actually falls right into. Jay, I want to have the 6-pack abs, but I also want to have dessert when I go out with my friends. Look, you can't have both. Now, yes, if you work it into your routine, you can plan for it. You can adjust your macros, but you can't just go out aimlessly eating what you want in example B and expect you're just going to get example A without even trying. It's a choice of what you want most versus what you want right now. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, I've had plenty of people where they go out, they have a slice of pizza with their friends, or they have a beer with their friends, and they're still able to make progress. They're just practicing a little self-control, and we make sure that week before or after, they do a little extra work to make up for what they put inside their body, all right? And accountability, execution, why is that important? Because these are all the things you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to deal with temptation, self-doubt, the late-night cravings. You're going to have to deal with the inexperience of not knowing whether, how to do what, you might be looking to build the back of your legs, but you're doing the wrong exercise. You don't know what's going on. All the excuses, all the limiting beliefs, outside negativity, that's people telling you can't do it. Lack of support, you'd be surprised. A lot of people, their family is not supportive of them working out. You want to sit at the dinner table, eat salads, and, drink water, but they're trying to push pasta and linguine on you. Or you go to the family party, right? And my father's Puerto Rican, right? So you go to the party, and God forbid you don't eat the rice and beans, you get ostracized. And it's like, all you're trying to do is die. You're not trying to insult anybody. That falls into the same category of lack of support, all right? And it's a very hard thing. What this program is going to do, and this is what actually makes the program different, is we're going to help you guys work through all that stuff. All those things we mentioned are very real concerns and situations you're going to have to deal with. And unfortunately, most people today have to deal with all that stuff on their own. And that's why most people at some point drop off, all right? The benefit of this program, what's going to actually make it different is besides from having the actual program itself to follow, you're going to have somebody by your side in your back pocket that you can reach out to at a simple phone call to help get you through those periods of limiting belief or self-doubt or temptation or just, not knowing what to do next to make up for something maybe you shouldn't have ate or whatever the situation is. You're going to have somebody by your side who's done it before helping you the whole step of the way, all right? We're going to help you set daily, weekly, and monthly action goals to make sure you stay on track, all right? We're going to keep you in touch with daily communications. We're going to check in with you, and you're going to check in with us. Like for me personally, the way I like to operate, I want a text message every time you work out. I want you to send me pictures of what you ate throughout the day to know that somebody's always watching you. And if I'm not getting those messages, you're going to get a phone call from me. Hey, man, what's going on? I noticed you didn't send your messages today. What's going on? What'd you do for your workout? What'd you do for your diet? And then you're going to have to tell me, oh, man, Jay, I didn't work out today. Knowing that you're having somebody to check up on you on a daily basis, let me tell you, that small little thing is a huge difference breaker of why people either get results or they don't, all right? Big part of the program. We're going to establish key performance indicators and benchmarks. A lot of people come to me and say, look, I want to lose 50 pounds. That's a pretty hefty goal, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to establish smaller, more attainable goals like, hey, listen, Mary, what I want you to do is these first 3 weeks, let's try to lose 3 pounds, all right? Now, obviously, you can lose a little more than that, but it's giving you something realistic you can achieve. And look, I'm not a big fan of like sizes for pants and everything, but for a lot of my ladies, you might be a size 18 pants. Once again, I'm just throwing a number out there. I want to get down to a size 12. Okay, great. Listen, by the end of the month, let's try to get down to a size 16. So this way we got something more realistic and quicker to work towards, and we build and we build and we build. So this way it makes the process seem a lot easier versus, wow, 50 pounds is so far off. You know what? I don't know if I can do it. Why don't I even get to start this thing? And some people talk themselves right out of the process. We're going to make it more realistic for you, all right? So like I said, if we can develop a program that helps you do everything we just talked about, and in the next 90 to 120 days, really you can just sit back and look in the mirror and say to yourself, you know what? It was a little bit of work, but I did it, man. I finally got to where I want to get you. If we can do everything for you like that, can you think of any reason why you wouldn't want to go ahead and at least find out more about it? All right? Would you do it? So, if you like what you heard so far and you think this is something you want to get involved with, here's what you do to get started. One, you're going to jump on a call with me or one of my coaches. You're going to use the link below. Click on the bottom button. It's going to give you a list of times to schedule a phone call with us, all right? You're also going to fill out and submit your request, your information request form. This way you can tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're doing right now, what you've done in the past, what your goals are, so we know a little bit more about you going into the call, all right? One of us is going to contact you, and we're going to talk about, your current situation, what you've done before in the past, what you're looking to do. And after we talk a little bit and find out about you, if we both feel it's a good fit where we think the program's going to be good for you and you like what you hear, then we'll talk to you about how you can go ahead and begin implementing the strategy for yourself and what it might look like for you. All right? By the way, just so you know, this is not something where you have to do it for 3 or 4 months before you start seeing results. If you follow the strategies we're going to be talking about, we expect our clients to start seeing results in the first 7 to 10 days. All right? So if you put your head down and you do the work, you'll look in the mirror after your first 7 to 10 days and be like, wow, you know what? I actually see my stomach slimming down. Or, you know what? I woke up and my back pain was a little bit less today. Or I just woke up and had more energy. All right? Like I said, 7 to 10 days, you're going to start seeing results. All right? So now we're at the point in the presentation where it's time to make a choice. Where's my time on this? Oh, good. All right. So it's time for you to make a choice. And you got 3 choices, okay? The first choice is you say, yes, I want to get involved. I want to get started. All this stuff sounds great. Please tell me more. And like I said, all you got to do is click on the button below to reach out to one of our coaches, and we can either tell you more about how this program is going to work for you, or if you like what you heard so far and you're ready to go, we can get you started. Option 2, you take some of the stuff we talked about today and you try it on your own. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I am totally cool with that. I'm that same kind of person myself. What I'm going to warn you against is that it's very easy to say, I'm going to try it on my own, and then life starts happening. You work out for 3 or 4 weeks and you're not seeing any progress just because maybe you got a few things backwards. You start getting, and it's a downward spiral. You start getting a little depressed. You start showing up to the gym a little later. You start missing days, and before you know it, 3 months is by and you're not even working out anymore because you talked yourself right out of the game. Guys, what I'm going to warn you is if you want to try it out on your own, that's totally cool because like I said, we're going to give you the program at the end of the video. But if a couple weeks goes by and you find yourself falling into some of these same pitfalls, do us a favor. Use the link, reach out to us, give us a call, let us help you get back on track, all right? And that third option, and this is the only thing I don't want you to do, is I don't want you to think about it, all right? Indecision has cost more people more money, more time, and more things in their life than a bad decision ever has, all right? So whether you make the decision to say yes or to say no, that's cool. This program, like I said, is not for everybody. But you don't want to just think about it because this is what the Think About It program looks like, all right? As you can tell, I'm a big fan of memes, right? And, I like to make joke about it, but the only thing you're guaranteed with the I Want to Think About program is that you're going to be exactly where you are right now, 90 days from now, where you are right now, all right? And the chances are the reason why you're on this phone call is because there's something in your life right now that you're just not happy with in relation to health and fitness. And if you're not, and even if you don't do this program, that's totally cool. My question to you is going to be, if you're not going to do this, what are you going to do? You haven't made a change yet. What you've been doing might not have been working if you were doing anything. So for things to change, something else has to change. And if you're not going to do this program, you need to have some other kind of backup plan. So I want you to keep that in mind as we go through the rest of this, all right? Something's got to change. Most common objection I get, Jay, this sounds too good to be true. No, that's too good to be true. A unicorn playing the air guitar, that's too good to be true. This, on the other hand, is a proven strategy that's been battle tested. It's got real world results. And like I said, it's worked for thousands of people over the past 20 years, and it will work for you too. All right? If you put your head down and do it. We're going to go past all this. No need to go into all that. A couple quick things to leave you with. I want you to think about these as you're going through and making your decision. What you're afraid to do next, what you're afraid to do is a clear indicator of the next thing you need to do. Put that in your crack pipe and smoke it. This is my favorite one. If you think it's expensive to hire a professional, wait till you try hiring an amateur. Guys, the most expensive way to do something is the cheap way, because 9 out of 10 times there's a reason why it's cheap. And usually the cheap ways don't work, all right? Tomorrow you'll wish you'll have started today. That's for the people who want to think about it. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep reading the last one. This one's really for the people who've tried, losing weight before in the past. You've tried coaches, you've tried programs, and maybe you got burned. Maybe you spent a little bit of money and it didn't work out. Maybe you put a lot of time into it and it didn't work out. If you keep rereading that last chapter of your life and you keep focusing on it, you're never going to be able to take the next step forward and move on to something bigger and better. You got to leave the past behind you. And sometimes that's going to mean putting yourself out there and taking a little bit of a risk, all right? I mentioned this one before. You were able to believe in Santa Claus for 8 years. You can believe in yourself for 5 minutes. And my favorite one, the only thing standing between you and your goal is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. Guys, the only thing keeping you from where you're at right now and getting to that healthier, fitter, newer, future fitness version of you, the only thing keeping you from point A to point B is you and the excuses you keep making for yourself. No matter what you got going on in your life that you think is an excuse, somewhere in the world there's somebody with less time than you, less resources than you, who's still finding a way to get it done. All right? So we need to take that I can't mentality and turn it into how can I get this done? And that's where the mind shift start comes into it. All right? So if you're interested, if you like what you heard so far, or if you had some more questions, like I said, click on the booking link below so we can help get you started. All right? And to claim your copy, like I said, I'm a man of my word. So in order for you guys to claim the copy of the Ignite 1.0 8-week rapid fat loss system, all I want you to do is click the button on the button that says claim my download, and the password is going to be basically fitness backwards in all caps. So click that link, use that password, download it. I would save it somewhere on your computer in case you ever need to go back to it, but it's all in PDF files so you can read it from your phone while you're on the go. It seems like a lot of information, but trust me, it's a very quick read, all right? And guys, listen, I want to thank you very much for taking the time finding out a little bit more about our program, regardless of what it might be. If at any point you have any questions, comments, concerns, points of interest, funny jokes, anything, I'm only a quick text message or a phone call away. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's my hashtag right there. If you search hashtag the Jason Effect, you can find me on every social media platforms, all right? Like I said, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for taking a little time to watch with us today. Look forward to talking to you on a call soon.